welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Foundation. If you do want to see a review and a demo, please keep watching. This is what the packaging looks like. It comes in this squeezy tube, and I did purchase this in the shade Toffee. It's come with an SPF of 50. I purchased my foundation at Ulta, which retailed for $12.99, but I'm pretty sure you can find this at Walmart and at Target for cheaper. I will link that down below in the description box if you guys are interested. I do want to read a little bit about this foundation. It does say experience the first full coverage makeup specifically formulated to protect your skin from harmful environmental aggressors. I'm not sure what they mean by harmful environmental aggressors. Maybe it's pollution. The Dream Urban Cover Full Coverage Foundation SPF 50 by Maybelline is a lightweight foundation that has a broad spectrum SPF 50 and is enriched with antioxidants to protect against pollution. It not only leaves a natural looking finish, but protects skin day after day. Available in 16 shades, dermatologist tested. Why is this only available in 16 shades, Maybelline? I feel like this foundation could have been available in 25 shades. Looking at the shade range online, there's not much variety for tan skins, for deep shades. There's variety for light to medium shades, but I don't see a lot of variety for tan to deep. Hopefully the shade does match me, because the one before this shade is called Sun Beige, and that looks a little bit too light online. If it doesn't match me, I do have to go back and exchange it for the Sun Beige shade, which hopefully this shade does match me and doesn't oxidize, and we'll just have to test it out. Let's go ahead and open up the packaging. It does come in a squeezy tube. I love when foundations come in a squeezy tube like this. Use up the entire product. We're just going to pump some out on the back of my hand. Here's what the shade in Toffee does look like. It looks like it might match me. Let's blend this out. This does look like it might match me. I've already moisturized and primed my skin. For moisturizer today, I did go in with my Drunk Elephant Polypeptide Cream. For primer, I currently have on my Too Faced Hangover Primer. Hopefully this foundation is not too matte, it's not too dewy. This foundation does claim to be lightweight. Full coverage as stated right here. I do have a little bit of this foundation on my fingertip right here. Just going to be applying it. Ooh. This does look like it's a decent match for me. Blend it out using my finger. That looks like a pretty solid match. It's going to be taking a little bit more and just blending it. See if it'll cover up my redness. Covers it up. I do want to see how this foundation does apply using my tools. On the left side of my face, I am going to be using my damp beauty blender. Right side of my face, I'm going to be using my brush, pumping out a pump, another pump. So we'll do like 2 pumps on the back of my hand. This foundation is runny. And does this foundation oxidize? Because I just pumped out that 1 pump and it oxidized quite a bit. It looks like I might have to get a lighter shade. I have no idea how this foundation will wear throughout my day. We will definitely see. I'm going to be using my damp beauty sponge. Beauty blender did soak up the majority of the product. I sheared out the foundation, whereas it looks like I'm wearing a light BB cream. I do want to see how the foundation does apply using my brush. I'm going to be taking 2 more pumps on the back of my hand like so. I'm going to be using my brush. I'm going to be tapping right into the foundation, just stippling in the foundation. I'm not sure where Maybelline sees that this foundation is full coverage. It's not. It does feel lightweight on the skin, but there's no coverage. This literally feels like I'm wearing a BB cream or a CC cream. This kind of reminds me of the IT Cosmetics packaging. Formula itself does not feel like the IT Cosmetics foundation. I have that and it does not compare to this. We are going to try to build up this foundation. I'm going to be taking 2 more pumps on the back of my hand. This time I'm going to be dotting the foundation on my face, since I do feel like my beauty blender did soak up the majority of the product. Now we're just going to blend it out using my damp sponge. Here's 2 layers of the foundation using my damp sponge. For some reason, I do feel like this foundation is very oily, very slippery. It feels very greasy on my face. It's not mattifying at all. Oxidizes as well. I'm going to be grabbing 2 more pumps of this foundation, dotting it on the right side of my face. I'm going to be taking my brush and we're going to buff up this foundation. I do see that the coverage is building up using the brush. I am experiencing the same thing using this brush. It's slipping all over my face. It's sliding It's very greasy. I'm very oily and I'm sensitive. I cannot wear a greasy foundation and I'm gonna be even more greasy throughout the night. I haven't even powdered my skin and look how greasy and oily my face looks. It looks like I've been wearing this foundation for 9 hours already and I've just applied this foundation. We are going to have to set this foundation with some powder. Here's what the foundation looks like. Beauty blender side. And then we have the brush side. So far, you guys, I'm not liking the coverage of this foundation. Right here, you can still see my little darkness peeking through. Some of my redness is peeking through on this side. It's just not a full coverage foundation as it does claim. It does feel very lightweight, but it is very greasy. It's very slippery when you do apply this foundation. I am going to be using my Too Faced Peach Perfect Setting Powder to set everything in place. I'm just going to be taking my damp beauty blender. We're just going to set it. Here's what the left side of my face looks like after I just set this foundation. Look how gorgeous it looks. It actually looks like my skin. I might not have to go back to Ulta and exchange it. I can't wear this foundation alone because if I do, I will look like this. On the right side of my face, I'm going to be using a large powder brush. Taking a little bit of that powder. I'm going to press everything in. Here's what the foundation looks like with everything set. What I don't like is how much foundation I did have to use to build this up. I had to use 4 pumps on each side of my face. So that was 8 pumps of this foundation, and this foundation is probably not going to last me throughout the summer. Here's how everything does look like. I already added on my mascara, and then for lips, I am wearing my Makeup Forever Artist Nude Cream in the shade 08. Hopefully this does last throughout my day. It does feel nice on my lips, but I don't like how shiny it looks on my lip. I don't know if this is gonna dry down. This liquid lip was $20, so hopefully I do like it throughout my day. Here's a final look how everything does look like. I will check back in with you guys at the end of the night to see how this foundation does perform, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, so it is the end of the night of me testing out the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Foundation. Here's what the foundation is currently looking like. I don't like how this foundation wore throughout the day. I do feel very greasy, very oily, and I'm going to be blotting one side of my face just to see what the foundation will look like if I do blot throughout my entire day. A lot of the foundation did come off on the tissue. I will be wearing this foundation throughout my entire week, and I will let you guys know my final thoughts at the end of the week. So far, I don't like how the foundation did apply using a beauty blender and using a brush. It was very slippery, very greasy when I first applied it. There was no coverage on this foundation. This foundation claims to be full coverage. I disagree. When I did first apply this foundation, it's light to medium coverage. I did have to use at least 4 drops of this foundation on each side of my face. That was a ton of foundation that I had to use just to cover up my entire face, my redness, my little black spot here that I do have on my cheek. I will check back in with you guys at the end of the week to let you guys know my final thoughts, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, so it is the end of the week of me testing out the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Foundation. My final thoughts on this foundation is that I don't like how this wore throughout my entire week. It was very slippery. I wore this foundation by itself just one day. I was very greasy, very oily, and I blotted throughout my day. My foundation was non-existent by the end of the night. Every time I kept on blotting my face throughout the day, it removed another layer of the foundation. So this foundation I would not recommend to you guys. I can't speak to the SPF 50 on this foundation. I have not worn it to the beach or to the pool or just outside in general. I've just been wearing this foundation just by going to work. I currently do have the foundation on right now. I don't like how it does look on me. I'm wearing a matte primer and I look extremely shiny on camera and in person. I haven't added any blush or bronzer to my skin. I'm only wearing this eyeshadow palette, which if you guys have not checked out yet, I will link it right over here in the cards. I reviewed this eyeshadow palette in yesterday's video. Here's what the foundation is looking like after an hour. I look extremely greasy. I would only recommend this foundation if you have very dry skin or if you have very clear skin, if you don't have any redness. This foundation irritates the crap out of my eyes. My eyes are burning They've been burning throughout this entire week, and I was wondering what is causing that burning sensation. It's this foundation. I was using this foundation on day 3 again, and I just decided to look on Ulta's website to see what was causing that burning, irritating sensation that I was having on my eyes. And it does say here in the how to use section, it says apply this liquid foundation to the skin and blend with fingertips, a beauty sponge, or makeup brush, which is totally fine. And then it says precaution, flammable until dry. Why is this foundation flammable? Do not use near fire, flame, or heat. Do not use on damaged or broken skin. When using this product, keep out of eyes. Rinse with water to remove. Stop use and ask a doctor if rash occurs. Keep out of reach of children. If swallowed, get medical help or contact Poison Control Center right away. My eyes are still burning, you guys, after wearing this foundation. So I think there's some ingredient in this foundation that's causing that burning sensation that I'm having throughout my day. At first I was just fanning my eyes. Maybe it was really hot outside, maybe it's humid, maybe I need to drink a lot of water, but it was happening throughout my entire work day. After I removed this foundation, my eyes were fine. The next morning when I reapplied this foundation, my eyes were burning again. So it was definitely this foundation. Another thing that I do want to mention to you guys is that I'm almost completely out of this foundation. I really wish that this tube was clear so you guys can see how much foundation I used throughout my entire week. I did blend out this foundation using my brush. That was my favorite tool to use versus using my beauty sponge, which did soak up the majority of the product. Overall, you guys, I don't like this product. It does feel very lightweight. It is a very runny product. It's not full coverage. Would not recommend it for oily skin. If you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.